I wasn't supposed to do a broadcast tonight. I know I said on the last one, the tribute I did to Dr. Malachi Z. York, that there would be no broadcast Friday or Monday. I had a change of plans, and I might have posted. I tried to start posting on Facebook last night, but and I did a repost about 30 minutes before the broadcast. So if I don't get that many listeners tonight, it's okay. But this is an important broadcast, one of the most important broadcasts I've ever done, because this broadcast focuses on the mind and on thinking and on concentration and focus, something that black people, so-called black people, lack greatly. Why is that? Well, the main reason is because one of the main reasons is because our people really don't know what to focus on. There's a state of confusion amongst our people. They focus on all the wrong things in the society. They focus on all the wrong wants and desires, and not the right ones. Many people might ask, but what are the right ones? What would you say the right ones are? We're going to discuss that tonight. I am the intellectual Nuben Menkares, and this is State of Mentel Radio, and tonight we're talking about why so-called black people really lack focus and concentration. Like I said, the things that you desire in the society, the things that you put concentration and emphasis on in the society are not real. They're artificial. Right? This is why you have a hard time staying focused on one thing. In this society, the people that produce the images, the powers that be that produce your images, the things you listen to, your audio and visuals, they purposely create artificial images and audio input to go into to be taken in first by your vision and to go into your mind. And they produce these audio and visual intakes for you on a constant. Same way they produce television broadcasts, same way they produce radio broadcasts, same way they produce billboards, magazines, and things like that. They constantly feed your imagination with artificial things. Nothing real. They give you religion. They give you all these things to feed your imagination, to take your concentration. All right? That's all done purposely to throw your concentration, your strong concentration, toward something else, toward their so-called reality, the things they make up for you and hand to you, all to keep you from concentrating on that which is real. See, the majority of our people, the so-called black race, they want to stay focused and concentrated on nonsense, foolishness in this society. Everything pretty much that our people want, desire, concentrate, and focus on in this society is based on nothing but artificial ideas, artificial thoughts, false ideas, fake thoughts. Everything pretty much. Care if it's religion, philosophy, metaphysics, whatever it is, culture, it's all false, right? All of it is meant. You're given so much of it to where you think and you start to believe that you have a choice in what it is that you're doing when you actually don't. You don't have a choice in anything that you choose to intake into your mind. You don't have a choice in anything in this society that you take an interest in, what you choose to read or what you think you're choosing to read. You don't really have a choice in that, because all of these things were given to you by the same people. So no matter what you choose, it is all given to you with the thought in mind that you're choosing what they wanted you to choose. You're focusing and concentrating on what it is they wanted you to focus and concentrate on. Only when you focus on and concentrate on something that they didn't produce, meaning the powers that be that control your media, your radio, your television, when you make a choice, the ones who control the religion, the philosophy, the metaphysics, the books you read, everything you read, garbage. When you choose to go outside that box, when you choose to focus and concentrate on something beyond what it is that they produced, then you've made a choice. Then you've taken back control of your concentration. You've made a conscious choice. Everything you've been doing up until this point, I don't care if it's Egypt, Africa, red, black, and green, natural hairstyle, all the stuff you've been doing at this point, perms, weaves, everything you're doing in society is controlled by these people. People who don't look like you. People who look to produce an artificial, concentrated way of thinking inside of you. And our people feed into that all the time. Our people focus and concentrate on that all the time. It's all done purposely. It's all done to get control of our way of thinking. And we hand ourselves over to that. We have no idea what it is we're supposed to be focused on or concentrating on. You have a lot of our people who are big on this thing called the law of subtraction. Notice that they used in the billboards and the posters a woman by, I believe the lady's name is Lisa Fisher, a black woman, so-called black woman, a sister. Right? They're using her to push the law of attraction. Now I'm gonna tell you something. When they use certain people, that's done for a reason. When they use black people, that's done with the whole idea in mind to attract black people. Right? That's what that's done for. So what is that telling you about the law of attraction? That, yes, you can, your mind can, if focused and concentrated on, your mind can attract and absorb and pull to certain things towards you that you desire. However, if things you desire in society are nonsense, are artificial, if you're constantly induced to focus and concentrate on all the material trappings and the things in this society, if you're constantly pushed to and encouraged to use that power of attraction, or that that you have, that magnetic power of attraction that you have in great abundance, if you're constantly told to put your focus on these things in society, then is what you're attracting, is what you're concentrating on good for you, or is it bad? Are you focusing your concentration on nothing? Obviously. Because what is it produced for our people? The things we concentrate on, what is it produced? All the things we partake of in this society, all the things we give our energy to, is based on nothing. It's based on nonsense. As I said, I know that a lot of this broadcast is going to have, it's going to go into the archives and people will listen to it later on down the line. But I still conduct it as though I have 1 million listeners or none. It's okay. But this is an important broadcast that our people need to be listening to, because concentration and the ability to tune in to higher intelligence that's constantly streaming through this atmosphere is what will save the elect ones of our people in the time that's coming, in the time of great desolation that's coming amongst our people. See, we don't watch for the signs and we don't pay attention. We can't concentrate, because when we try to concentrate, a lot of our concentration, we end up trying to take our minds out of this whole thing, but then we end up falling right back in. A lot of people that listen to this broadcast or listen to me, they'll listen and they'll like what's heard, but they'll go right back into this mind frame of what's going on here. They still want to be a part of this world. They still want to focus and keep their concentration in this world, in this realm, which is artificial, which is false. instead of building a real or a true reality of who we are. To focus concentration on that is hard. That's why I told people that come to class and listen to us speak in the State of Mentel's Supermen, Superwomen project to focus your attention on finding our people, because the whole point of that is to strengthen the concentration, to strengthen the focus of a people who are beginning to think outside the box. Do you understand how powerful that is? See, because it doesn't take any real energy to get people to focus on things that are here. It doesn't take any real energy to get people to focus on religion. It doesn't take any real focus to get people to any real accomplishment to get people to focus on metaphysics, religion, politics, or whatever nonsense our people get behind in this society. Why? Because it is purposely given to our people to focus our energy and attention on. Those in power don't want us focusing anywhere beyond their reach. They don't want us putting our energy into anything, our minds into anything that they can't control. Whether they can't control, if they can't control your images, things you listen to, they don't want you focused on it. This is why when someone comes along, like I was saying about Dr. Malachi Z. York or the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, they come along with a way of thinking that is really not, that was not a part of, that really wasn't a part of this society, really wasn't a part of this society's way of thinking and what it had in mind for the so-called black man and black woman. They're called cult leaders. They're called, they're made to be looked at as shady and not to be trusted or crazy, because the last thing that the ones in power want is for our people to be focused on anything other than what it is they give them. If you're not focused on their religion, if you're not, whether it's Christianity, Islam, Judaism, if you're not focused on their metaphysics, if you're not focused on materialism, if you're not focused on sports, if you're not focused on politics, if you're not focused on all the things they give you in the society that black people stand up on and swear they talking about something, if you're not focused on any of that, then you're a problem. That means that your thinking is uncontrolled. It's unchecked by the powers that be. See, because they control your concentration and your lack of it. All right? This is why they say our people have this attention deficit disorder, which they came up with about 10, 15 years ago. That's when I started hearing the terminology anyway. We can't pay attention. Reason why people can't pay attention is because they put so many images in your face, you understand, constantly. And they're trying to catch your attention to get you to concentrate on what it is they're putting out, that you can't focus on one thing. Notice our concentration was much greater when you didn't have all the distractions, when you didn't have the televisions and the radios and all this other stuff. Look at what we built. Look at what we did. Look at what we accomplished. Now you have all these distractions. You have the drugs. And if you don't have that, you have the drugs. You have the bad music, everything. Weed, everything you have to break your concentration, to focus on something that's real. See, when I talk about bringing the solar intelligence and collecting that solar intelligence and putting it to the planet, the majority of these niggas, they don't get that because their minds are caught up in hip-hop, when the next party is, when the next gathering, the social event is, because that's where their mind is. They think that's real. That's where their mind is at. When's the next social gathering? When's the next party? So they don't take anything seriously. They're focused and concentrated on that. Which nigga face you can get in, which chick you could get up into. That's where your focus and concentration is. Then when nothing happens for you, then when somebody comes along who is serious and trying to, focus on something beyond that stupidity, our people will say like, oh, you too serious. Why you just chill? Why don't you just, this, that, and the third. We've been laid back for far too long, to the point where it's going to be the death of our people. Our people want to party till the wheels come off, till everything is at the end, till the shop is shut down, till everything is closed down, and there's no more to do anything, and just that's it. No survival plan, no nothing, no future thought, no focus. Why? Because you wasn't concentrated on that. You was concentrated on stupidity. What good is it to have our people talking about the law of attraction and stirring that up in our people when what you attracted to and what you focused on is BS? A bunch of nigger nonsense. What good is focusing your power of attraction or whatever, the law of attraction, and what good is taking any of that? Yeah, it's obvious our people have that magnetic attraction and we can pull things in, but what good is that? What good is that if we are focused on BS? If we focused on things that don't mean anything? You understand? If we focused on the club, if we focused on stupidity, arguments, all kind of stupidity, all kind of ignorance, what good is any of this law of attraction thing? You understand that? What good is it? What purpose does it serve? It serves absolutely none. It does nothing for the evolution of our people because it's easy to focus on nonsense. And that's like I said, 99% of our people focus on BS. You understand? BS. The whole point of getting our people to, put together the organizations and things like that, like Honorable Elijah Muhammad and Dr. Malachi York, who I spoke about on my past broadcast, was partly to take your concentration out of this world or out of this man's world and focus on our own, coming together amongst ourselves. But then you have simple-minded niggas and sit up there and tell them, oh, these little groups, they ain't doing nothing. We don't need no more groups. We don't need no more leaders. We don't need no. So then what's your answer? Just stay out here, spend money with the white man till we die? That's your answer? And just party and listen to hip-hop and talk about black power and bullshit? That's your answer to everything? Certain people, you know who we talking about. So-called conscious people who ain't out here to do nothing but collect a dollar. This is your answer to our evolution? We should listen to your foolishness. This is your answer. Let's just go to parties. Let's just go to social gatherings. Let's just dance and shake our ass and it's all love, one love, and give me some money. You understand that's your answer to the evolution of our people? See, because the Negroes that speak against our people coming together are also the people who try to distract us from concentrating on something higher. Look for that in the so-called conscious community, because a lot of niggas in there speak against that. A lot of niggas in the religion, they speak against that. If you're not focused on what it is the white man gave you in the society, i.e. they white Jesus or they white prophet or whatever nonsense they give you in religion, whether you niggas painting it black or whatever, it's still the same nonsense that you're focused on and concentrating to. You're putting your concentration on. As I said, that I believe that lady's name was Lisa Fisher, the one who they put up there and these billboards and things like that, who was talking about the so-called consciousness. I believe her name was Lisa Fisher. She talked about the so-called law of attraction and things like that. And like I said, they put a black woman up there for a reason. All right? They put a black woman up there because they mainly want black people to focus in and tune in. All right? So they can have your full attention. Now Negroes is up here talking about the law of attraction, and niggas is going to these events with they're listening to the law of attraction. There's this black woman up there who was really nothing but a what's the word I want to use? A figurehead for these white people that are behind who are trying to push this philosophy of the law of attraction. Yes, our people do have strong connections, strong mental gaze into bringing things to us. But like I said, what good is it if you're bringing nonsense to you? What good is it if you're bringing things that serve no purpose? What good is it if you're thinking just like everybody else and you want the same things everybody else wants? Because, like I said, it's very easy to look into what it is black people concentrate on and what they want. Obviously, they don't want much, or they want things that are really of no worth. That's what their focus and concentration is on. Then they wonder why they are at the bottom of the barrel in this society. Their thinking is not right. Their concentration is off because, like I said, they don't want to think outside or concentrate on anything beyond the box because they want to be in. They want in. They don't want to be cast out. You understand? They don't want their concentration cast out. When you start thinking outside the box, when you're no longer a slave, you understand? They look at you like something wrong with you. When your concentration and focus is not on anything, on any stupidity, they look at you like something's wrong with you. And it is something wrong with you. What's wrong with you is right. You understand? What's wrong with you is right. Because now you're starting to think, or you're at the door of thinking on the level you came here to think on. Your natural way of thinking is starting to kick in when you're starting to reject their way of thinking. When you stop focusing and concentrating on what it is, the garbage they gave you to focus and concentrate on. That's when you're starting to think naturally. That's when you're starting to focus and concentrate on real things. Just like the body rejects poison after a while, if you keep feeding your body garbage, and after a while your body shuts down and starts to reject it, and you start to vomit, throw up, hopefully pass it out and stuff like that, because your body's rejecting garbage. After a while, the intelligent ones of our people will start to reject this garbage. You understand? They will reject the ways of thinking in the society. They will no longer be able to focus on the ways of thinking in the society. Their minds will start to throw up all of the nonsense that they have accepted in the society. That's going to be done purposely. A lot of these Negroes, they got no idea. Like I said, they got no clue. They in the dark. The black race is in the dark. When you start hearing people talk like this, people who are thinking beyond the box, that's a sign that the birth of a new race is taking place. A new people on a higher level mentally than the black race, than the previous race they were walking amongst. Their concentration is going to get deeper. Their focus is going to get deeper. I said something in the State of Mental class of the project where I stood behind a board. And I said that, I asked the people in there, could they see me through the board? They said no. And I said, well, why not? I said, because the board is solid and things like that. I said, well, you know what? You're supposed to be able to. Does that sound crazy? All right. Well, if an X-ray machine, right? If an X-ray machine can look through your body and see all these things, and the X-ray machine is based on light, radiation, like solar energy. If it can look through your body because the light is so bright, then you who have a solar plex that's burning deep within your chest, a central sun, should be able to do the same thing after a while. If you are utilizing it, if you're forming and putting your concentration into it. See, because how you concentrate, how our people concentrate is much different from anybody else within the human race. Because we are not, like I said, as I've always advocated, we are not part of the human race. So our concentration is supposed to be much different. You understand? Our concentration is supposed to be on real things, right? It's not supposed to be on artificial things. It's not supposed to be on things like your television and your music and things like that. It's supposed to be on real things. But our concentration has been switched out. You understand? For stupidity. You can't receive higher intelligence if your concentration is focused on nonsense. Your brain is scattered and your concentration is off because it was purposely done to you by putting all these images in your head, all these false images to get your mind moving on 50 different things. You see Negroes all the time. You talk to these niggas, they'll be like, you'll say something to them, next thing you know, they change the conversation. I noticed that mid into conversation, they changed the conversation onto something else, and it was stupid. From one stupid thing to something else. They'll change right in mid-conversation. You'll be talking to them, and they'll just cut off into something else and start talking about something totally different. They got nothing to do with what you were talking about. That's lack of concentration. That is too many different artificial ideas going through this atmosphere that they're being focused on, that's being focused on. Confusion. Notice our people were at our high optimum put out, or what we thought was the highest optimum put out when we didn't have all these distractions. We didn't have so much to concentrate on. Everything was building. So if everything in the future is bringing out that higher mental capability, telepathy, advanced thinking, psychometry, pushing the solar plex power through and up and out of the body and through the eyes and things like that, all the higher capabilities that we possess innately, if focus and concentration is on that, then you imagine where we would go. See, in this society, they want you to concentrate on the fact, or concentrate on the manufactured fact. They want you to concentrate on the idea that you're nothing but a nigger, you're a clown, you're a simpleton, and that you should sit down and shut up and wait for white instruction. That's what they want the focus and the concentration to be. That's the reality. That you're not bright, you're ignorant, that you should wait for white instruction. That's what they want you to concentrate on. That's what they want. And they'll use black people to do that. They'll use black people as figureheads to push that message. To shut up and wait. For us to give you something to think about. For us to give you something to concentrate on. Don't try thinking on your own. Don't try concentrating on anything on your own. And if somebody comes with that, they're bringing a cult to you. It's a cult. It's a cult. And how many of you parrot niggas did that when the white man introduced that word cult? You niggas were, oh, it sounded like a cult to me. I was watching TV and I was talking about cults, or, like I said. You didn't think about that. You just accepted and focused your concentration on making their artificial things real. You made their idea of you a reality. They said that you were a bunch of ignorant, stupid, savage nigger coons, right? And now you look at the black man and black woman, y'all acting it out. It was a time when they said that 30, 40 years ago that you were simple-minded coons, right? They said that it was a time where our people was upright and we was like taking care of our families. The black man was in the house, he would take care of his family. And the white man kept on saying that we was a bunch of simple-minded, ignorant coons who ran loose with our genetics and put babies everywhere and just it was sloppy. That's the idea they kept trying to put across to us. And back in that time, black people had a problem with that because we was like, that wasn't us. Some simple-minded nigga eating watermelon and chicken and acting like a Sambo and a coon. Right? We used to, that ain't us. We ain't watch that type of stuff. Now, fast forward to today. You have Flavor Flav sitting up here eating a watermelon and chicken and whatnot on his Flavor of Love for money. You got Negroes talking stupid and acting stupid using words like ebonics. You got black women acting whorish, ignorant, talking like how they said we talk. So what happened? What happened from the people who wasn't acting like that and wasn't concentrated on these images and these ways of thinking that they tried to push across with our people, where they tried to connect to our people, to now we living them out. They said it enough to where you Negroes concentrated on it and you started to live it out. It was like you were hypnotized. And you Negroes are still hypnotized. You can't think or concentrate beyond your limited circle. You cannot think without the assistance of white people. The white power structure, the ones who design your thinking, design what it is you're going to be thinking about. You understand? They design your thoughts. They design what it is that you're going to be concentrated on next year. They gave you the law of attraction. A lot of you niggas went with that. But what are you focusing your attention on? What are you being told to concentrate on? Nonsense here in this society, clothes, shopping, I want more money so I can get me a BMW, a car. That's what you niggas talk about in church. It always comes down to that. That's where your attention is focused on. That's what they tell you to concentrate on. Notice they don't tell you to concentrate on anything else higher than that, because they don't want you doing that. They don't want you concentrating on anything other than sneakers and shoes and getting your hair did and all kind of nonsense. That's what they want you to concentrate on, and that's 95% of your black race. That's what y'all concentrate on. Even you niggas that's under religion, all you really concentrate on is praying for God to come and give you some money. That's what your concentration and focus is on. That's why they put Negroes out like your pastors like Eddie Long and all these other niggas out here. They put them out just so they can come out here and preach prosperity garbage to you. That's their message. Become materialists. Forget the religious part of it and whatnot and being good people. No, become materialists. Pray for money. I said the majority of our people, they follow the ways of the beast in the society, his religion, his philosophy, his culture, his Pan-Africanism, all this stuff they follow because he caters, his metaphysics, his masonry, all this, because it caters to your submental state. It caters to your low way of thinking. Right? He's not going to force you to concentrate on anything that's making you think beyond that, outside of his box. Anybody that brings that, you're a cult. You understand? You're a cult. Anybody that's trying to catch your imagination or get you to concentrate on something beyond what they gave you, you're a cult. You're a problem. Mentellect didn't come from them. You understand? Didn't come from this society. Didn't come from anybody. Yeah, simple-minded niggas trying to say, oh, that's just something he got from Dr. York. No, I didn't get this from Dr. York. You understand? It's not my philosophy. Somebody says to me at the project, sister told me, sister that they brought with us said, oh, well, that's just his philosophy. This mentellect thing, it's just his philosophy. First of all, it's not my philosophy, but even if it was, let's just say for a minute it is. You had no problem following the philosophy and putting your concentration on the philosophy of a white man, i.e. your Christianity, your reality shows, your hair weave. You had no problem putting your concentration on something that comes from the white man, Islam, Christianity, Judaism, whatever. You got no problem putting any concentration on what they give you. But then when a black man come, a so-called black man come, and he's bringing something on another level, whether you could think it's his philosophy or not, why wouldn't you go with that versus staying with that? Answer, because the so-called black man is bringing you something that's going to alter and change you. It's going to raise your concentration to another level. That's going to raise you out of the box. And a lot of you niggas don't want to be outside the box. You want to stay with the white man because you fought your way in to be with him. And that was the whole thing. You didn't even see the trick. By denying you something, that got your concentration, that got your focus. By denying you so-called civil rights and a place at their table and part of all this and segregating you, that got your attention. So then when they did it, they let you in, you ran through the door. You felt privileged, you felt accomplished, and then everything after that, you focused on trying to assimilate and be just like them. Just like everybody within the society, you focused on that. That was a trick. That was all done to get your concentration. And it worked. Try talking to the average Negro, so-called black man. He can't think outside of sports. He can't think outside of politics. He can't think outside of religion. He can't think outside of any of these things. His concentration and focus have been captured. That's the real slavery, mental slavery, to get you focused and get your concentration focused on accepting what it is you're given, accepting a set of ideas and rules. See, let's like back in old time slavery, it wasn't about getting people to accept bondage, physical bondage. It was more about getting people to accept the idea of it and all the things that come with it. That's what it was about. You know? It was about getting you to accept that. It was about getting you to accept an idea, to focus your energy on an idea, to concentrate on an idea. Because they have to feed it to you over and over again. You understand? Because y'all might not get it in the first go round. So you get you to focus on, they feed it over and over to you again. You have a problem with concentration because you're not concentrating on the right things, on the things you're supposed to be concentrating on. Your concentration works different from human concentration. All right? Humans concentrate on orders. They concentrate on certain forms of, certain forms of order, direction. You, unlike them, focus on advanced thinking, factual thinking, reality. They don't know, the human being doesn't know what reality is. They look to you, or should I say they looked to you at one time for what reality was. They looked to you for that. They focused on what was real based on what you put forward. You understand? They got energy when the music industry started coming. You had black people recording blues music and things like that. They looked to you to get your expressions down, to get an idea of what it is they're supposed to do. And still they do that today. They concentrate on you. All right? They concentrate on you because you are reality. You concentrate on them and they are not reality. The humans are not real. So your focus and concentration on trying to be like them is unreal because they're not real. And if you focus your concentration on artificial things, false things, things that are not natural, then nothing real is going to happen for you. You focus and concentrate on their wants and desires. That's why you can't succeed. They, on the other hand, focus and concentrate on you, keeping you at a certain level, keeping you at bay. By doing that, by focusing on that, by always bringing it back to you in some way, shape, or form, or mimicking you in some way, shape, or form, they become stronger in their concentration. You become weaker. The things that they give you to concentrate on in society, they don't concentrate on. The white man, he doesn't concentrate on materialism. You understand? He doesn't concentrate on reality TV. He doesn't concentrate. Notice on the reality TV, who has more shows on reality TV? The stupid shows. Notice on the reality shows, they'll have white people doing stuff, right? They'll have the people, they had one reality show where these white people was chasing pigs, right? Now, they chase the pigs and they sell it to the industry for pork and things like that. They pig catchers. They had one reality show called porn stars. Notice in their reality shows, I mean, you got just that one where they got the mob wives, right? That's the stupid one. They get one stupid one where the white women is fighting each other. But with the reality shows they produce, it's based in reality. It's about learning something, right? You can go to their reality shows and learn about, what they're going to do with pigs, how they catch pigs. Then you can learn something from their reality shows, except for the, the stupid ones. It's, like I said, the only one they got maybe like mob wives. Then you go to the black reality shows. It's all the same. Stupid niggas fighting, acting like animals and savages. Basically, all Jerry Springer across the board. They just call it a reality show. You understand that? All to get your concentration, to induce in you, to put you under a hypnotic way of thinking and get your concentration to show you that this is how you are. This is how we see you. This is how you actually are. And so much so that a lot of you who are not like that might start acting like that. You get a charge out of that. You get entertained by that. Pretty soon, your concentration can only attract to something like that. Your concentration only turns on to something like that. Stupidity. Loud nigga nonsense. You understand that? But when it's something that's dealing with the cerebral part of you, the mental part, something that's going to advance you, something that's going to break your way of thinking, break the circle, y'all, that don't interest you. That don't really interest you. Oh, that's boring. Oh, what he talking, that's boring. You want to see fights. You want to hear some niggas cursing at the top of their lungs. In the conscious community, so-called conscious community, they got certain people that put on these kind of shows. And in the conscious community, you know, niggas come right out and see this individual. I'm not going to name his name. You know what I'm talking about. Wild, screaming nigga cuss his ass off. Screaming, cursing, and everything. The white man, this white man. And everybody, wherever he shows up at the event, people show up. But not so much to listen to what it is he's talking about. They're concentrated and focused on the Jerry Springer element, the wild nigga savage element. You understand that? That's what they're concentrated on. Not on anything that he's talking about, but on that adulation, that stirring up, because you've been focused on, and your attention and your focus has been on stimulating you. That stimulates you mentally. That cuts you on, just like that. That attracts you to that because you've been fed a steady diet of that all for the last 15 years, starting with your Jerry Springers, starting with your what's the other guy that was on there? Jerry Springer. I forget who the other guy was. Maury Povich, excuse me. All the way up into, you don't see the correlation here? Do you see the correlation? Maury Povich, Jerry Springer, all the way up to basketball wives and things like that. What is that saying about you black women? You a bunch of animals and savages. You'll fight each other at the drop of a dime. You don't have any real way of thinking, any advanced way of thinking beyond that. You're simple-minded. That's what what you're being told to concentrate on. You understand? They pass it off as reality TV. When they call it reality TV, they're saying that this is really how they see you. They want you to concentrate on this because this is how they see you. All right? This is the reality of what they think about you, and they want you to study that. And you all pretty much start acting like that. A lot of our people start acting like that, even if they wasn't like that before. They feel that that's the way to act because they've been told, they've been shown how to concentrate on that. It's been in your face. It caught your attention. So anything beyond that will not catch your attention, the average ones of our people. Your mind is turned off. Concentration is focus. Jay-Z was sitting up here talking about, yeah, focus. Well, I got focus. I got concentration. Yeah, focus, concentration. Notice the rappers kept saying that, right? Why do you think they got the rappers to say that? Talking about focus and concentration. Why do you think? See, let me tell you something. These guys in the industry, they don't say anything that's not really sanctioned. They don't really think for themselves. A lot of the things that they say and they say in the public is already scripted for them to say. So if they're talking about concentration and focus, and then you're looking at them and their music and their lyrics and what they're advocating, you know, stupidity, drug dealing, whatever nigga nonsense they advocating, they want you to focus and concentrate on them. They want to make themselves the focal point. The people that put them in their position want them to be the focal point for you to follow. So now your children and you are a bunch of simple-minded niggas walking around. You got this hip-hop mentality. They kept pushing that word to get you to concentrate on hip-hop, hip-hop, hip-hop. Kwame Kilpatrick's the hip-hop mayor. Barack Obama, they tried to even say he was the hip-hop president. You understand? They wanted you to focus your attention on the whole hip-hop thing. These Negroes in the conscious community, all the so-called conscious people, the educated, even they all focused and caught in that hip-hop mind spell. Their concentration is on that. And it was designed to get you like that, to get your focus, to get your energy, to get your way of thinking. Why? Because it's all about distraction. distress your actions. Deter your actions. You understand? Deter your action. What is your natural action? To think. To focus. But they don't want your thinking and your focus to go beyond what it is they give you. Because then that starts the freedom. That starts where you are going to start to become who you're supposed to be. You're going to start innate powers, innate mental capabilities going on inside yourself that they don't want. They don't know how it is you're doing this. You understand? What is the distraction? Your higher mental capabilities. You have them. They don't. You have them fully, whether it's telepathy, psychometry, things like that. Solar intelligence, reading light messages of advanced thinking coming through the society, coming into the society, future reading. The things that you set up here and you thought that only psychics in them could do, you're supposed to do regularly because you are future thinkers. But now our people are focused on past and present. Your concentration is supposed to be on the future because when your concentration, our people, because we are different from everybody else, our concentration on the future is supposed to produce images, generate images in your mind. But you can't think that far now because your thoughts are all hinged in past and present things. No, I mean focus on the future, not the past or the present. That's what I mean. I'm reading you, Ms. Form. I'm reading you as you posting them. No, present isn't fine. You're supposed to focus on the future. Concentration is supposed to be on the future. Now, I know people will say, well, how can you focus on the future if the future hasn't happened? The future has happened. It is happening. It's continuously happening. You understand that? The future is continuously happening, and you're supposed to be shaping it. You're supposed to be shaping and advancing and evolving yourself with it. But you can't concentrate on that because you can't conceive that. The present is the vehicle you move in toward the future. The present future is where you're standing and walking into the future. You understand? You're not supposed to focus on the present because the present and the past are always in your rearview mirror. They're always going through. The present is looked at as a vehicle to move you into the future, the state you're standing in now. The only thing that's real is the future because you're constantly moving in it. It's like walking forward. You walk forward naturally. You don't walk backwards naturally. That's unnatural to walk backwards. You walk forward naturally. Your forward movement naturally is future walk. You understand? Future is always here. Future is always coming. You call it now, but the future is always present. In the future, you have children. In the future, they have children. They're living. Our people don't concentrate on that. Used to be a time where we would concentrate on that future. We would see it, and we would try to shape it. The people in Egypt, they built, as I said, they built all those statues because they were thinking about the future. They wanted people to see what it is they were leaving behind. It wasn't for them. It was for the people in the future. You understand? The future is always happening, whether you're not standing there or not. The future is always happening. The future is always being laid out. In certain parts of the future, you cease to exist. But your bloodline carries on. You're not there with them in the future. So we are not focused on that. You understand? Continuous is what future is. Continue. Continuous. Are you part of the continuous? Can you understand the continuous? People resonate as future because they're constantly in motion in their way of thinking. They concentrate on what's next always. The people who are concentrating on what's next beyond what it is, even before it gets into this realm, are future people. Certain people resonate as future people. Their concentration and focus is on future evolution, constantly, future thinking. They try to get you to focus on present and past, because in this society they control your present and past. The people, like I said, the educated people are your past thinkers. Your conscious people are your present thinkers, because they focus on what's going on in the news, what's going on in society and things like that. They control all of that. But no one within this realm can control that future, what's coming, what's constantly being rolled out, what you're moving into. Now is just a vehicle. Future is constantly being laid. Concentration should be on the future as we once were. Because once you are able to concentrate on the future, then you truly become, and you truly become that God that you've been talking about. Because God resonates as future being, one who is constantly ahead of us. Our ascension. That's what future is. Continuous. Beyond us. Something that we will always be chasing. Something that we should always be chasing. We should never be caught in the present or in the past, but thinking and focusing and concentrating on the continuous. That's what I mean. We'll be right back. Knowledge comes, true knowledge, real knowledge comes from beyond the sun. You can say there's nothing new under the sun, that's fine. But there's also always new knowledge coming from beyond the sun, from the future, being sent into the present. Those who are intelligent, those who are in tune, are picking them up. Right? That's the old trick that the beast plays on our people, where he tells us nothing new under the sun, everything's here already. Okay, so then where did all this technology come from that wasn't here before? Where did all the technology come from 100 years ago? TVs, radios, computers, where did it come from? I always say this, our people are good for doing that. Our people are good for saying there's nothing new under the sun, and they got that whole way of thinking and that philosophy from the white man. You understand? That's how you know. And you know how you know it came from him? Because you can hear the majority of our people, they've never had to met each other, and they all say that. Obviously, that was a generalized way of thinking that they induced in this society, where they told you don't look for nothing new. That was mental slavery. That was mind control. Don't look for nothing new. Don't focus on anything new other than what I'm giving you through my philosophy. And my people make me laugh. When they do that, they act like their way of thinking came from them independently. You understand? They think that your thinking is not independent. Your thinking comes from them. Your philosophy comes from them. This nothing new under the sun comes from them. This idea. And you focus your energy and concentration on it. And when they give you these things, you accept them. So then when someone comes who's not thinking on that level, who's thinking beyond that, you don't accept it. To him, it's BS. To you, it's BS. Because it wasn't what the white man fed you, i.e. through this society, through your generalized accepting of his philosophy. It can make all the sense in the world, but it's not going to resonate to you. Because your memory card, your way of thinking has been filled up. Now, you could say stop with the white people crap, but where did you get your education from? You came from the white man. Your way of thinking comes from the white man. You want to say it didn't, but it did. Your belief in God, your whole ideas of what you've been here 400 years, and your way of thinking comes from the white man. Even calling yourself an African comes from the white man. All of it. You gotta be real. We gotta be real with it. A lot of our people don't want to deal with the whole racial part of it, or the fact that you're still mental slaves, and that you believe and think as these people have told you to believe and think. But then when somebody bring it out, then let's stop with the white people crap. It's all in your mind. That's how you think. You understand? That's how you think. You would not. Our people are not confrontational about the things they were taught in this society. You just accept it and focus your concentration on it. But then when somebody comes against that, then you use the same things you got from the white man in this educational system, or whether you was reading a book or accepted his philosophies and things like that, and you throw it against something else that is beyond that or coming that's contrary to that. You understand? That's where it comes from. You know? That's where it comes from. Even if you don't accept the whole thing of whether you are African or not, you still accept some of his philosophies. You don't think there's nothing new from beyond the sun. You don't think there's new intelligence coming into this planet because you're not getting it. You're not receiving it. So because you're not getting it or because you don't see it, it's not so. You base that on your own level of thinking. Stop with the hate. Now it's hate. See? When the black man, when so-called black man speak and try to speak on an independent level and a way of thinking, then it's hate. No, it's reality. Our people are mental slaves. They accept the philosophies of people who don't look like them. They're limited thinking, and you focus and concentrate your way of thinking on it. Even if you're not down to the whole religion thing or the African thing, his way of thinking has affected you and limited your way of thinking on some level. It has. You don't want to say that, but you can't deny it, because no thought that you've had since you were born here was independent and came from you. Nothing. Nor did it come through you. It came from him. So, in that sense, you're still a mental slave. You set up here, our people set up here, and they accepted his names. And you still wear them 400 years after, 100 and some, how many years after slavery been over, you still wearing his names. The white man, now you don't know who? The white man. Our people still wearing his names. You understand? It's a group of them. The ones who control you. Our people still wearing their names after slavery. You still accepting his philosophies. They ain't wearing our names, they're wearing their names. They're wearing the names they chose. After they come out of slavery, if let's say the thing was reversed, you think they would be wearing our names after slavery? No, they wouldn't. They find or make up their own and continue on. But black people don't think that way. Black people don't think that way. You content to go along with what it is they gave you, also along with your way of thinking, and that's it. That's it. You understand? You're content to go along with their way of thinking. You know, whether it's artificial or not, you accept it. Whether they came partly from us or not, it doesn't matter. Us is not running this. They are. Doesn't matter. You understand? This was from their own limited way. Doesn't matter. It's not, like I said, our people that make a choice to get put here and come here in slave ships. Our people didn't make a choice. You don't choose what goes on TV. You don't choose what you listen to. You don't choose what it is you absorb into your mind. You don't choose that. You're given it and you accept it. That's how it is. You're given a generalized education. You understand? You're given a generalized education. Well, even if y'all didn't come here on slave ships, you're all mental slaves now because you've accepted his philosophy in some way, shape, or form. You've accepted it. Everything you think came from him. Don't matter. You read books. You was educated by him. So it don't matter. You don't have to watch TV. You don't have to watch TV. You don't have to go to the movies. You read books. You look at billboards. You look at magazines. You do something. You're not an independent thinker. You're not. You're not received. You don't even, like I said, our people, when I said something like future, and I said that it resonates to certain people, our people don't get that. I said that what you call God is advanced people. People who are constantly moving in the future. They are the future. That's where our people are supposed to be moving to. We don't concentrate on future thought anymore. You can only bring future things into the world if your mind is linked into the future, not the present. You understand? You know? Oh, well, no, I'm not. That's why I can teach the knowledge of mentellect and say the things I'm teaching through the knowledge of mentellect, because mentellect and what I'm teaching didn't come from the white man. It didn't come from the society. That's why a lot of Negroes scratch their head when I try to teach it. It'll make sense to them, but they don't want to accept it because it didn't come from the white man. You understand? You know. Exactly. And what you shape in your mind, if you acknowledge that there's nothing new under the sun or coming from beyond the sun, or there's no future, then you've accepted his mentality. You've accepted his way of thinking. You know? You've accepted that. If you've accepted his way of thinking, if you've accepted his mindset, then you've accepted everything that comes from him. I'm going to take a call. 816. 816.
Hello?
816, you're on the air.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
How you doing, brother? I'm glad to be tuned into your show, man. You are definitely dropping some game on me, man. I'm kind of unfamiliar with some of these concepts, and forgive me if I'm behind the eight ball. But I want to ask you if you can shed some light on this concept of when you say things from coming beyond the sun.
Mm-hmm. What I mean is that our people in the future state have traveled beyond the sun, and we are constantly in a state of motion in another world, planet, whatever you want to say, with that which they referred to in the past as Nibiru and things like that. But that was actually referring to people in the future. That's our people, the ones of our people who are of the elect, who have made it, who are no longer mental slaves, who are no longer caught in this black and white thing, who move beyond the white man and the rest of the human race. That is the future. That is the knowledge that is being sent from beyond this solar system into this atmosphere to pick the elected, the chosen people who will breed that future race in that state or in the future. You follow?
I'm with you. I'm with you, brother.
In other words,
I'm coming to understand. I got a sister here who's listening too who wanted to ask a question, if you don't mind.
That's fine.
Okay, hello. How you doing?
How you doing?
Okay, my friend, he just introduced me to this blog talk or whatever, which I just want to ask about this great evil. I'm what you would call a dreamer, somebody who dreams about things and they come to pass, so I can dream about something that has happened. I've seen this great evil, and I seen a big serpent, and when I say the serpent was so big that when it coiled around, it almost filled up the room to the ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just so present. What is this great evil that's hanging over the community, like the minds of the people? And I just got a revelation that it just would not be removed.
Well, that could be a lot of things. Cause I don't interpret dreams or what you saw, but that can be a coil or a hold on the minds of the people, on bringing down the energy of the people. Because what does a snake do? A snake wraps around things and squeezes and takes and holds on to things, and that's what a snake does.
Yeah, well, it startled me because the snake was more like an anaconda times a trillion. It was big enough it was huge. Ridiculously huge. And it just very, very frightening. It seems that the more that I come towards the consciousness myself, I have to be on the lookout because I'm a bright light. And my mother would always tell me, you have to guard yourself as a bright light because along the way, there's things along the way that may be attracted to you that aren't necessarily the best.
Mm-hmm.
So what I try to do is I try to continue to be a light for other people to see, although I'm not perfect. But when I come in contact with people, I find that I have an impression on them in a positive way.
Okay.
I'm sorry if I'm losing you. I'm going to let my friend talk.
No. It's fine. You're not losing me. I understand. You said you have a positive impression on them, and and you have a positive impression on them that you give off to them.
But the older I get and the stronger this gift gets, I keep noticing these evil things coming around. I used to be unaware of it, but now I've become like I remember I saw it again, and the second time I saw it, it got startled because I started to fight back mentally. Like I started to send out vibes of like resistance, and and it got startled. So I'm thinking if just one person can do this, imagine if we could collectively come up together and send this mental power out of positivity.
How old are you?
I'm 24.
Okay, that's about right. I said the reason why I asked is because a lot of people born 1970 and after are going to start to see certain things like this. Projecting, what you just said was, you talked about projecting mental energy. When we did our Supermen, Superwomen project, we put a picture of black Supermen and black Superwomen on it, and I said what the Supermen project was, the Superwoman project was actually short for super mental projection. And that sounds like what you're describing there, projecting that mental light outward and focusing on something, concentration. Right. Now, there is a point where our people are supposed to do that, and in that focus and that focusing of that mental energy outward, we're supposed to be receiving messages as well, because we're supposed to be focusing a light out and receiving as well, sending and receiving. This is all communication right here, mental teleportation and pushing these things out and receiving it and pulling it back in. So our people, some of our people are going to start thinking on this level and coming together, and that's what we were trying to do within the state of Mentel. That is a mental future intelligence community to focus our intelligence outward as a new people and pulling in messages and whatnot and coming together, because the majority of the so-called black race, their mind is not even on this level. They're thinking on the thoughts you think, and their mind is not on this level. So this is the evolution of a new people that are coming out. You know what I'm saying?
Right. You are so gifted. Not to cut you off, but everything you're saying reminds me of my mother. Like, she's very conscious, and she always tell me how you can, like, I know it might sound a little out there, but you can telepathically send out messages with your mind, and just like it was so deep, because when I seen the evil entity and I gave out this message, I mean, it totally threw him off. Like, he was just like startled at this strength of me. He didn't expect me to come back with this, or whatever. And my mom would explain to me different like an astral plane of the mind, and she would always explain to me how if you're a car and you're driving down the road, and along the road there's trash all on the side, cigarette butts, and cups that people have thrown out in trash bags. And if you're very bright like me, sometimes you can pick up stuff that's along the road that's not the trash that people have thrown out, and it's just different things that you have to be aware of. So as the more that I'm reaching, I'm thinking about all these things, and I'm getting older. And the more that I'm reaching these realizations, I'm getting stronger and being on guard, because the closer I get to the light, I'm seeing these entities not wanting me to be my best. And I think that a lot of my friends who aren't on this level, they're not aware of the entities, so they can be under attack. And not.
Well, a lot of your friends are those entities. Okay. A lot of your friends are those entities. The people you calling your friends are those entities, because the people, how we say in the state of Mentel is, we don't deal with good and bad. We deal with ignorant and intelligent, right? And when we say we're dealing with ignorance and intelligence, what we mean by that is that we're focused, just the idea of good and bad is something that's earthbound here in this, in this system. Ignorant and intelligent, meaning those who ignore things and ignore that light that's pushing through, and those people who are in tune, those ones who can tune in and tune outward and send thoughts and send higher intelligence forward and back. So that's what we were talking about. There's nothing wrong. Your concentration is actually good. What you need to do And I told people in the Supermen, Superwomen project is you need to get amongst people, and that's what we were trying to do in doing the project is get amongst people who think on this level the same way, so that we can harness this intelligence and harness this mental power, you know, and start doing things, you know, not to be all spooky and spook it out and be all, you know, crazy with, you know, because a lot of our people, when we can do certain things, we get spooky with it, you know. Yeah, we get spooky with it and stuff like that, and we start making it out there when it's not really anything that's out there. It's supposed to be, the things you're describing is supposed to be natural to a new race of people who are coming out of the black race, who I refer to as the bright race. You know what I mean?
Right.
I said I'm here to teach the bright race. I'm here to do these broadcasts for the bright race, not the black race, because the black race is in darkness. You know?
Wow.
I
was telling my friend how you can't say that because, excuse my language, but the excrement of society has been, like, I was listening to music, it's like it's been dumped into our, what, quote unquote, the black culture, whatever that may be, because a lot of the things I don't partake in. So I'm black, but am I part of the black culture, you know? But a lot of the excrement.
No, you're not. You're not part of the black culture. You're not part of the whole black thing. You're, like I said, you are of the bright race, and it is an evolving people that are coming out of the black race and whatnot. If you read, you know, the book of Revelation, I'm only using this, you know, because it talked about this briefly, where it talked about the 144,000 that would come out of the children of Israel. Children of Israel represent the black race and the people that are coming out of it. The children of that, which means the next generation, are going to be the elect ones, or the intelligent ones, or the ones who are elect or chosen to receive this higher intelligence to move into the future. These would be your future people. You sound like you're one of them.
Well, I will be honored. I'm going to let my friend get back to you. It's wonderful to hear about your show because I've never, ever, ever heard about, what's this called again? Blog Radio?
State of Mental Radio. Mm-hmm.
Well, okay, so where are you? You're in New York. Where are you located?
We're in New York City, in Brooklyn, New York. Where are you guys located?
Well, we're right now we're in Kansas City, Missouri, but we're college students at the university. And I did my first 2 years at Houston, and then I moved out here to do my senior year. So I'm kind of just hanging out, but it sucks because it's like so ignorant here. Like, and I think it's that way because like there's no development here. Like I grew up here as a little girl, and it was the same from when I was 4. There's only a few new things here. You know, that's 20 years without any progression. Think about it. So I'm down here moving with these bums or whatever, and it's exhausting me. Every day I have to give 2%, like double my energy just to keep up a conversation because I have to have energy for them and energy for me. And I'm not trying to talk about nobody, but I really think that, like, it has to be a change because it's not getting better. You know what I mean? It's 2012. Go ahead.
Well, here's the thing. Are you guys on Facebook? Because I was going to tell you to go with my Facebook page and become my friends. That way you can get all our archive broadcasts and whatnot. You guys on Facebook?
Yeah, we can both hear you. We on Facebook.
Okay. Go and write out my name, Intellectual, I-N. You got a pen?
We can spell it.
No, you're gonna have to write my name out because my name is funny. It's not like the average. Huh?
Okay. Oh, no, I'm sorry, sir. Could you spell it?
INTELLECTUAL. Intellectual. You got that?
Mm-hmm.
Nubin. N-U-B-E-N. Nubin. You got that? Menkares. M-E-N.
There he is.
Huh?
You're cute. How old are you?
Oh, you see my page? You see my page? Menkares, Menkarayzz. You see it?
You look like our age.
Well, thank you. You got my page already? Send me a friend request. Go ahead and send me a friend request, and I'll accept you in, and I'll bring you into our future race of supermen and superwomen, and I'll plug you into our broadcast. And like I said, we're going to be doing the Supermen, Superwomen project all over the country. We gonna, like I said, we want to go to colleges and things like that because y'all are the ones who need it. Y'all are the future beings. Y'all are the ones that that the black race is evolving into. Don't look for the black race to get it. They're not going to get it because the majority of our people in the future don't exist. They're dead. So a new race is coming out of the black race. So when you're having conversations about the future with the black race and it don't resonate to them, it's a reason why. It's not supposed to resonate with them because they don't exist in the future.
Okay, well, I'm gonna have to send you one when I get home. But like I said, you're deep. I love your show, and I grew up in Cali, and that's where I'm about to go. Like I grew up in Northern Cali, but now I'm about to go to LA, and I'm gonna tell everybody. Like I'm gonna like put the word out there about your show. Okay, here go my friend. Okay.
Well, what's your name so I know who I'm accepting. I don't accept there. What's your name?
My name is Demi.
Say again. Demi.
Demi. D-E.
Mhm.
M-I, like the actress, Demi Moore.
Oh, okay, Demi. Okay. All right. So just guys send me a friend request, and like I said, and the brother, what's your name, brother? Well, you want to talk to me, guy? Would you want to ask something? Come on, bro.
I'm ᴘᴇᴏᴘ, brother. I'm actually about to be starting one of my own blog talk radio programs, but it's gonna be like in a different region. You know, your title really caught my attention, man. So, you know, I'm taking notes.
Okay. Well, go to our website. This is the new society that's coming up, the ⴘᴄᴜ.info. Go to the ⴘᴘᴜ.info. That's the State of Mental's official page. We are mentalists. This is an organization. This is a movement of people who are coming out of the black race, who are evolving out of the black race, who are becoming the bright race, meaning the solar intelligent beings. This is what we are becoming. We are in the future. We are no longer focused on the past and the present. We're not interested in religion. We're not interested in Africa or the Egyptians. We are a new race of people who are coming into this present state from the future. Our mindset is entering this present state. Go to the ⴘᴘᴜ.info.
Right on, bro. I'm pulling this up right now, man. I'm going to let you get back to your show, though, man. Like my sister said, man, we greatly appreciate all the work you're doing, man.
Yeah, your show is dope.
Okay, thank you. That y'all make it all worthwhile. Like I said, when I'm dealing with ignorant Negroes and whatnot from the old ways, from the past and the present, listening to you future thinkers, that y'all who get it, y'all make it all worthwhile. And that's who's coming with me. A lot of the younger-minded people. Okay.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
You're welcome. Read the About Us section. You'll learn who we are. And like I said, this is a real movement coming together. All right. Look forward to y'all hitting me up on Facebook. All right.
Right. Peace.
Take care, bro. All right. See, that's what makes everything worthwhile. The future, the next generation. You know, that's what I came here for. That's who I came to talk to. Not our people who are stuck in the past, who don't see future thought, who don't understand that gods resonate as future beings. Gods are not present beings. Gods are not past beings. There's no such thing as ancient gods. Oh, they are future beings who came to the ancients. You understand? They are future beings who came to the ancients. That's why the Egyptians and all those people, their building and their technology was way ahead of everybody because they were receiving future intelligence, just as I am receiving it now. That is what the solar energy is bringing to this planet, future intelligence. If you're not in tune with it, then you're going to be lost. We'll be right back. Makes it all worthwhile. Makes it all worthwhile. New is the continuous. That's what new means. The continuous. That which is outside the circle. The circle, and you are right on a certain level, sister. The circle, in the circle, there is nothing new under the sun on this planet. However, there is knowledge coming from beyond the sun, knowledge that is entering the circle, i.e. this planet, in this world. And it is transforming a people who are amongst the black race, but who are not those who are in darkness. It is raising up a new mental evolution in a people that have lied dormant. A God race, a future race. It resonates as future. What I mean by that is that whenever intelligence arrives from these beings who are beyond the sun into this atmosphere, into this solar system, it resonates as future. When you were talking about the ancient gods, right? There is no such thing as an ancient God. Those so-called gods or those supreme beings, those people were future people who came to the past. All right? They're not ancient. They are not of the time of those people. They don't belong to the time of those people. They came there. They showed them future things. You understand? You know, and this is why the Egyptians and all these people were building things that were beyond everyone else, that was advanced, even to this day, where the white man and the Asian, who's supposed to be so intelligent, can't reproduce what these people built. They showed it on National Geographic. They showed it, and they use earth-moving machines and things like that. They can't reproduce it. The so-called most intelligent physicists, mathematicians, and all these people, architects could not build what these people built thousands and thousands of years ago. Why is that? You understand? They don't belong to the time of those people, nor do they belong to this time. They are continuous people. When they send intelligence here, anything that comes here, any intelligence that comes here through these dimensions starts to resonate as future. Anything that's coming from beyond where we at resonates as future. Beyond the sun, which is what time is relegated to, which is how time is measured, there is no time. You are right. But in this realm, there is time. You understand? In this realm, there's time. Outside, there is none. There is no, this universe is not limited by solar systems. A world constantly moving that is not measured by months and time, years, yet it's continuous. This is what I mean. Nothing new under the sun, no. Something coming from beyond the sun, new, yes. The knowledge of mentellect. Knowledge for the mentally elect, the ones who can receive it, because it's all about receptionaries. The sister sounded like a receptionist or a receptionary, one who is a receiver, or as they said in Egypt, a ray. A ray, when they talked about in Egypt, they showed the people with the sun over their head, and they had the horns on top of it with the sun on it. Those were people who were showing you that they were receivers and that they were reading solar messages or light messages. You understand? That's what that meant. Different dimensions, different states of existence, advanced states of existence are or more defined states of existence and where we are. More actualism or actualization. This is what we're talking about. Things coming from beyond the sun. The sunlight is only used to send messages and, of course, to regulate time here, but it's mainly meant to send messages. What's being sent on your solar messages, on your solar waves, is television. That's where they ride the television waves from. They use the solar energy that's coming through this atmosphere to ride solar waves on, to ride television waves, radio waves. All that's being used is being used for sunlight, and they're passing their information, i.e., their way of thinking, their mind control, on through our solar messages, through our light messages. That's how they pass television waves off through antennas. They pass them off through the solar rays that are moving through this planet. Radio, radiation. You understand? Light messages that are being sent and received. Same way you're supposed to be sending and receiving messages. You understand? Intelligence, not information. Intelligence. Intel. There's a difference. Intel is what you receive in light messages, light communication. Information is what they do with it once they adulterate it and put it in a blocked way of thinking, like what a lot of our people have consumed through your educational system. That's information. People who water down intelligence. That's real. That's why if you notice, you'll hear the white man, he'll ask for, what's the intel? Give me the intel on a certain situation. What he's saying is give him the real knowledge. You understand? The intelligence of it. You understand? The factual, the logic of it. Give him the breakdown. You understand? He don't want to be informed. He wants the intel of it. You understand? Our people don't know the difference. You know? People who think in a formation, in a block. You understand? Versus people who are in tune. Light readers. Message readers. Future thought is constantly coming through this planet. Knowledge from beyond the sun is constantly coming here, and those who are in tune are going to pick it up. Those who can concentrate will pick it up. Those who can focus and push that light back out and receive will pick it up. The so-called ancient Egyptians and Nubians, they were picking up that light, obviously. They were receiving those beings, saying that because they didn't have any distractions back then. They didn't have anybody to push their concentration on. The white man wasn't going around spreading his garbage back then. He didn't have time. He was just starting to with the building up of the Greek and the Roman Empire. That's when he started with his philosophical BS. And a lot of these niggas, they still accept that today. You got niggas still running around talking about they metaphysicians. You understand? Based on some Greek philosophy of the white man. You understand? You know what a philosopher is? It's just somebody who coming up with his own theories on what he thinks certain things mean. That's all that is. And our people will follow that. Our people will follow religion. They will focus and concentrate on things like religion when it's nothing but the philosophy of men. That's it. They accept the philosophies and focus their concentration on nonsense that comes from men. When you should be focused and in tune with knowledge that's coming through men, not from them. You understand? The white man puts his satellites up there to pick up that future intelligence. That's why his satellite's up there. Notice the word light is on there, as I said. He's reading light messages through the satellites. You understand? That's why he has them in space. But he says when the solar flares come and that solar shower come and, it comes to the planet, he says it's going to melt this satellites. It's going to knock out power on this planet. Certain ones of our people will pick up this solar intelligence, but the majority of our people will not. A lot of our people are dead receivers. They are mentally dead. That's the majority of your black race. Why? Because you are focused on the way and thinking of the white man. You're focused on his information. You focused on him. He did that to dumb you down because he knew you would receive this light form of intelligence. He knew you would get it. He knew that you were natural receivers simply by the fact that you have solar plexus, which gives you the natural capabilities that you have to run faster, to excel in sports and whatnot, even think different and think faster. Everything is going into slowing you down. That's why I said a different form of concentration and distraction is made up for you. That's why they push niggas like Lil Wayne and Nicki Minaj and drugs in your community. All the things that just dumb you down. Notice all the things that they create dumb down is focused mainly on black people. Drugs, hip-hop, pants hanging off certain styles of dress, all that stupid-ass reality shows, all that's done for a reason. They don't do that to everybody else. Why? Why? Why is it all focused on you? Why, when they want to show the stupid people, they get black people to represent the stupid, the ignorant? Because they want you to concentrate in on that as the reality of who you are. They want that to be your reality. They want to create that reality in your head, so that when these light messages come, when this solar energy, when these messages come through this solar light that's coming here, you're not going to receive it. A lot of you niggas going to go run with the white man. You're going to go hide with him. A lot of you niggas, like I said, if it ain't the NBA playoffs, if it ain't playing with the goddamn PlayStation or something stupid, y'all ain't going to get it. You understand? You're not going to get it. If it ain't some kind of religion or some bullshit from his metaphysics nonsense, y'all not going to get it. You understand? Everything he gives you in this society to consume is BS. Everything he gives you, everything you got in your educational system, when you were supposed to go there just to take the technical knowledge. But like I said, notice he steers you away from the technical knowledge. He doesn't want you to concentrate on that. He wants you to concentrate on either being an athlete or an entertainer. That's what he wants you to concentrate on. Or now you black women, now y'all want to be Nicki Minaj. That's what they give you BS to concentrate on. You know? They create these people just to distract you. Barack Obama, all to distract you. Purposely. Other races of people concentrate better because they don't focus attention on destroying their concentration like they do on you. You notice you don't see no stupid ass Asian rappers like with their pants falling off their ass. You don't see that. You don't see the Asian woman acting like a savage rapping and what. You don't see that, like a Asian Nicki Minaj. You don't see that. Or a white style little. I mean, you got some of your wigger white rappers, but the majority of them, they're not focused on that stupidity. But all the stupidity is focused on you because they have said, they have dictated, and everybody believes this, that all the stupidest people, when you say stupid, the first thing that comes to mind is black people. That's how they want it in the society. When you say stupid, ignorant, the first thing they want you to, that come to your mind is black people. And it does with a lot of our people. Unfortunately, it comes. You don't get the image of the Asian or the white man in your head or the East Indian. You get the image of the black man. You understand that? Because they constantly have got your attention for you to concentrate on that perpetual image of a stupid black man and a stupid black woman by producing these images. That's why they can concentrate on other things. Imagine if you had back in the 90s when you had the rappers talking about being intelligent, and the black man is this and that, and you know we did this and we did that. When you had conscious hip hop back, and they noticed, you know, black people, and you had shows like A Different World. You had black people going to college and trying to better themselves. Then in the 90s, all that stopped because your concentration was going off a key of what it is they were trying to put across to our people. They don't want the solar intelligent people to focus and concentrate on that. They want the solar intelligent people to concentrate on BS, on nonsense, on what they give you to think about and concentrate on. And you look at our people today. They ignorant as hell because you swallowed his garbage. You understand that? You know? Well, I don't care if you offended. I don't care if you offended. If you didn't listen, if you just coming in here and you ain't heard the whole show or you ain't heard the whole broadcast, then you being ignorant right now. You're being ignorant because I'm sure you didn't hear what was said. You know? I'm sure you didn't hear what was being said. You know? You come in here and you listen to half of what's being said, and then you come in here and you just go, you know, pick it up and you being ignorant. You didn't hear about, obviously, like I said, but that shows you right there, the ignorance of the so-called, you're probably not even black. You know what I mean? But if you are, that just shows you the ignorance of the people. You understand? And if it don't apply to you, then let it fly. But obviously it applies to you, you know? But obviously it applies to you. You understand? Obviously it applies to you. That's why you got a problem with it. So I'm not going to even respond to stupidity. You wasn't man enough to call on the phone and say anything. You understand? So that's stupidity. Well, as a black man, you should be ashamed. Get out here and teach your goddamn people. As a black man, you should be ashamed. You accept all this nonsense from the white man. You accept Lil Wayne and Nicki Minaj, or you accept this general education. You ain't out here trying to correct none of the wrongs. So go sit down somewhere. All right, go get out my chat room because you being ignorant. What is your name? Black, whatever your name, Bad, Lack, whatever the hell. We're gonna kick your ass out. Goodbye. You know, whatever. Well, if you don't accept Nicki Minaj, then you shouldn't have a problem with that. You know, if you shouldn't, if you know, you shouldn't have a problem with that. But a majority of our people accept that. You know, a lot of our people accept that. But you got to, you know, like I said, you know, you making people look stupid in here. But like I said, you know, ignorance is bliss. You know, Ignorance is bliss. Don't listen to the broadcast if you don't like it. If you feel ashamed because you feel ashamed as a black man, then don't listen to the broadcast. It's not for you. Don't listen to the broadcast. Don't listen. It's not for you. Well, then don't. And you too, Jimmy, Russell, whatever your face is, don't listen to the broadcast if you got a problem with it. There's always the ignorant people that show up who don't listen to the whole broadcast. The ignorant ones who show up, don't listen to the whole broadcast, and they don't. And like I said, they don't. They're not getting into this. Like I said, well, now you call it the end of the broadcast. Now you call it the end of the broadcast. And we're not going to take your calls now because you had your chance. Well, no, you know what? I got 12 minutes. I'm going to entertain some of this nonsense. I'm going to entertain some of it. I'll let you get your speak, but say something. Be intelligent when you speak. Don't say nothing stupid or come in cursing because we're going to cut your ass off. All right? 972. Go ahead.
Hi, as a fellow black man watching this is just ridiculous. This is really bad, but
when did you start listening? When did you start listening?
This entire time. I'm having trouble concentrating though on the program.
I know you are. I'm sure you are, and that's what we've been talking about. Concentration. You didn't hear not one thing I said.
I'll see my TV screen, and then there's something going outside. I just can't concentrate on what's going on.
You're not supposed to get it. You're not supposed to.
Oh, well.
Okay. All right. Thank you. 321. Go on. 321. Go on.
Oh, hey, I was just, I was listening to what you were saying, and I was just wondering what you think about how black culture insinuates. We seem to have replaced the slave mentality with more thuggish mentality. From what I've noticed, I've seen it as I don't speak any Ebonics personally, but whenever I do, someone will say that's speaking white, which I don't understand because I'm speaking English properly. Shouldn't that be held up to he's speaking English properly? Why is speaking English in an intelligent fashion to the white race?
Well, here's the thing. Let me stop you here. Because I stay at the same argument, and it's not so much how you're speaking. It's more or less what people pick up on first and foremost is your tone. Okay? A lot of times they notice the difference between black people and white people, where black men tend to have more bass in their voice when they speak, and white people tend to be more nasal. Now, somebody who I don't hear too much nasal in your, and how you're speaking. In other words, you're not speaking through your nose like it almost sounds, but people might pick that up that way. And certain black people tend to use vernacular that white people will use, not so much the speaking properly, correct English or whatever the so-called correct English is supposed to be, in this society, because English, even what we're speaking, which is from the American culture, is not really correct English according to the English, dialogue and the dialect from there. But that's what they're probably more or less picking up on your tone and of your voice more than anything. Yeah. But I can hear somewhat nasal, but that's more than anything.
The tendency being is because I do have a tendency to punch random white people in the nose and key their cars.
Okay, all right. Okay, thank you. Have a nice day. You're coming on for stupidity. No, thank you. Well, I'm not even going to take 111 because, like I said, when people don't put their real number up there, I don't know. I always think I'm going to get some stupidity. I'm not even going to take 111. Well, let me try. I'll try. Hello, 111. Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
Hey, so I have this theory. I want to see if you agree with me.
No, I already don't because I think it's going to be something stupid.
It's not stupid. I think you'll actually agree. I agree completely when you say that a lot of black people can't focus because I work on Jamaica Avenue, New York, and Applebee's. And there's this one guy, not even one, just you can't really hold a conversation with most of them. There's 1% that you can't. They just get distracted too easily. So what if this whole diversity that we have here in America with black people is just to basically make the government make it easy to enslave us in the future? Since we're all going to be mixed with black people and be fucking retards.
Man, well, you thank your government for that because they're the ones that put this retarded system out here for people to follow, including yourself. So they're not the only ones. So you're right along with it. Because and then are you really having the conversation that people want to pay attention to? Ask yourself that. Okay, gotta go.
Sounds like
609, you're on the air.
What's going on, bro? I heard the show, maybe the last half hour, but I hear what you're speaking. Pretty good stuff, in my opinion. I want to know, though, what do you think about, I see the topic of the show is, about black people and how we are not concentrating on the things that we need to. So, like, what do you feel about, the church and this whole Jesus thing? If you mentioned it before, like I said, I haven't heard it, but I look forward to your response to what you think about, us concentrating on Jesus and the church and so forth and so on.
Forget Jesus. Forget all that. Forget religion. Forget God, Jesus, all that nonsense. That all came from the white man. That came from people like this guy that I was talking to on the last call. These people talk about what's ignorant in the society, and you could think the powers that be for releasing this ignorance into society to dumb down the people, to dumb down black people, because, like I said, they're not the only ones. Like I said, when you introduce, you got some ignorant things for your white people to consume as well. So, but not more than black people. Not more than black people. And forget all of that. It's all false and fake anyway. All of that Jesus and God nonsense is false and fake.
Right. I understand what you're saying, but my question to you is, how do you get our people who, I'm not sure the percentage of the people that are Christian and so forth and so on, to actually see exactly what it is that you're speaking of? Like, how do you get them out of that frame of mind and that conditioning that they've been conditioned? How do you do that?
A lot of our people are not going to. A lot of our people, it's not meant for them to. They don't want to. They choose to stay there in that slave teaching. It's the same way when Harriet Tubman was freeing the slaves off of the plantations. A lot of them didn't want to go. A lot of them wanted to stay because that became a way of life and it became comfortable to them, just as Christianity and their religion, whether it's Islam, Christianity, Judaism, or whatever, Israelite, whatever they're studying, whatever nonsense, Pan-Africanism, all this nonsense, whatever they're studying has become a comfort zone to them, a comfort, like a pillow to them. So that's what basically they're into, and that's what they're getting, and they're not ready to let that go. Harriet Tubman said, I could have freed a lot more slaves if they would have knew they were slaves. And a lot of our people. And that's what was going on with a lot of our people. You can see what we advocating for the future ones of our thinkers who are moving forward. Go to the SOM.info. That's the stateofmental.info's page, and see what we advocating for the intelligent ones of our people. We try to wake all of our people up, but the majority of our people are not going to wake up. You see the ignorance coming in here into the chat room and things like that. So that just shows you the mentality and the level our people are on, because when people don't have anything intelligent to say, they come and they say stupid things. Because that, and that somehow, I guess, it makes them feel important. I don't get that. But, people want to respond in a way, but they don't know how to respond intelligently. They respond ignorantly. It's best to just keep your mouth closed if you have no real valid point or call for anything. Just, even though the last guy who talked, he did make a valid point. Black people can't focus. A lot of our people can't focus and keep a straight conversation or keep their concentration focused on something. A lot of our people are not getting that. A lot of our people in this chat room who got a problem going and putting the nigger word all over the place, they got a problem because they feel like, they don't want to be, they feel like I'm embarrassing them in front of the white man by saying that our people have a problem concentrating, and they still worrying about the white man. They worrying about what he think.
No, I'm with you. Like, I'm on your side. Like, with everything you're saying, like, I'm following, exactly, the protocol that you're setting forth. But like I said, it's just frustrating to me because, the majority of the people around me, are living in this world where it's fake and it's non-existent. So it's just, to me, I'm just trying to get some type of feedback on how do I deal with these people around me when I'm so advocated towards bringing them with me for them to see the light. If you understand
well, everybody is not going to. That's not going to happen, brother. Don't waste your time. Certain people want to stay where they're at, and they want to delve into ignorance and the stupidity. It's not your job. We're at the end of our broadcast. We got to go, brother. You can hit me up on Facebook, Intellectual Nubin Menkares. You can hit me up on there. You chat and whatnot. You sound like an intelligent brother. I don't mind chatting with you. You know, let you know what we're doing about the concentration and focus of our people versus the ignorant, the intelligent, bringing out the intelligent ones of our people. Okay.
Okay. Thanks. I'll hit you up.
All right, brother.
Yeah.
We've come to the end of our broadcast. We've had a very interesting night. It was going to be slow. Join us, I guess, Monday. We might do something Monday. I'll let you all know. I'm not taking any more calls, so hang up. And we will see you all. We will be back on Monday, State of Mintel Radio. You know, it's funny how the ignorant ones of the people come out. You know, everybody got something ignorant to say. You know, everybody, all the racist nonsense come out. But, you know, stupidity. Well, we out of here. State of Mintel Radio. Blog Talk. I am the intellectual Nubin Menkares. Good night.